What do you think about next year and the guy that's behind you? I mean, there's a lot of personal conversations that have to happen. How do you feel about all of that? Are you a part of the recruiting process back home to Green Bay, you think?
Maybe. I don't know. No one's made that explicit. You know, it's interesting. I think AJ, and I mean, you guys hang out with him every Tuesday. You know, the only person who's really going to know is him. And even when he knows, it's funny when I see reports, everything come out, how close I am with him. I'm really curious. I'm like, who are they referencing? I would love one time, or maybe a couple times, if someone would just actually put a name on it, like call him out, and let's just really see if it's actually real. Because there's so many times I'm here, I'm like, where did this come from? And there's times I'll sit with Aaron, and he's like, who the hell is this close friend? And we'll just laugh about it. He'll just sit back and just like see you know, the Twitterverse and all these other social media platforms just go crazy. It's like, what? I don't get it. I don't get where people talk about their, you know, source. And I'm like, just put the name on it then. I don't see what's so hard about that.
What do you think? So I know, like you said, Aaron's the only one that's going to know. I know from my personal experience, I've told him to his face, like, hey, I don't think you're going to retire. I think you're too good, and you know how good you are. And I think if you come back, Green Bay gives you the best chance to win another Super Bowl. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think exactly what you think. I also have a little more bias because I'm going to be there too, unless there's something I don't know. So yeah, of course I'd like I mean, he's pretty much one of my best friends when I play football and also outside. Like, I would love to have him around. It would suck not seeing him every day. I mean, I've worked with him for about 9 years now. I'd love to go on a decade. I don't really know where he'd be. I agree with you. Can't see him retiring. He's too competitive, even though he does say that, you know, there's that possibility. I can't fathom it. But then again, I mean, I don't think we all could have fathomed Tom Brady retiring, and here we are.
On an Instagram post out of nowhere. But I think Tom Brady retiring, by the way, probably leads us even more to think what you two are saying about the competitive drive. And I don't think he's going to retire with Tom Brady saying, I don't know, maybe it doesn't even factor in. Maybe he's running his own race. You guys know him a lot better than I do. I love the fact, though, that both of you, whenever Bach, I don't get a chance to talk to you that much, but AJ, whenever something happens or a source says something about it, Aaron, I'll send it to AJ, and the exact response that you just gave is what I like that all the people around him are like, who the fuck thinks this is you all want to know who thinks they know what's going on, because I don't think any of you actually do. Like, I don't think AJ has a clue what's going to happen. I don't think Bach has a clue what's going to happen. I don't think his representation has a clue what's going to happen. I think Aaron is legitimately the only one that's going through the process of figuring out what he's going to do. So whenever reports happen, I don't want to say I try AJ, but AJ has the same, I'm like, oh, somebody else fucking knows the inside scoop. AJ, what's the deal? And he's like, I want to know who that is. Who thinks that they have enough confidence in what Aaron Rodgers is going to do to say that publicly? So you saying that again really is hysterical to me, and I'm excited to see the journey of how he makes that decision. It could be in that room right there with you. Could be in there.
I will say one thing about him is he's extremely calculated. I think that's why I always laugh when I see reports and stuff come out. Like, they're trying to be the first person to say what he was thinking. This is a guy who, like, he's always almost prided himself on this, like, monk type philosophy of he's gonna, he'd rather, listen double his amount of listening over than just like talking too much. He wants to really make sure and calculate exactly what he's gonna say or his action that he's gonna do. So I don't think he's just like, he takes a lot of time before he makes really his decisions. He's very calculated. So that's why when I hear these things come out kind of out of left field, I'm like, I mean, that's just such. I don't even want to use the words. It's bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's a good word to describe it. And it feels like the more of that is happening in the world that we live in right now, including the whole Tom Brady maybe retiring. He is retiring. He's not retiring. He's now retired. It's a crazy time to be alive, Buck. We're lucky you're joining us here.